everybody, and welcome again to Pomeroy Art Academy Breakfast Club. And I'm going to show you some tips on how to animate the eye mask and the mouth area of a character. It gets really interesting when you start drawing that. So let's get started. I'm going to just pick a generic shape here of the head. And another one alongside it, because I'm going to be doing a few of these. Now, on a character, let's say if this is, a generic princess character. And there's the nose, and then a mouth there. Eyes, eyelashes, and eyebrow. Now, normally, we just draw all of these elements separately. But when you start to animate them and you're thinking in terms of squash and stretch, I like to think of this area right here as a mask, as a shape that we would be able to squash and stretch to accentuate expression and dialogue. And it becomes a really useful tool when you're using it on just about any character. Whether it's an animal character, even an anthropomorphic character, it comes in real handy. But here we have a mask that's identifying the area, making the princess look almost like a little raccoon for a moment, but it wraps around the top of the eyebrows, dips down in between the eyebrows, dips underneath the eye line, across the bridge of the nose, and back down underneath the eye line. It's almost like a figure 8. That area is what we want to identify so we can squash and stretch. Next is this area of the mouth, right here. I'll just shade that in. So it's these two areas that we want to consider in doing dialogue and facial expressions. Now, let's go from this generic pose into a pose where this character is angry. So what we'll do now is we will squash, we will compress this eye mask together. It'll dip down like this. That shape will squash when she becomes angry. Likewise, the mouth shape will also compress as she is exhibiting anger or with clenched teeth. And the nose is staying pretty much fixed in the same place, but there might be wrinkles. As this comes down, it pushes against the cheeks a little bit, which would expand those. So that would expand, the cheeks would puff out just a little bit as we're exhibiting this anger. The lips would be pulled outward. Eyebrows would come down hard. You may get some wrinkles in there of brows as they mashed against the eye line. And there's the eye sitting inside of this mask. You see, everything is compressing to get that attitude of anger. We go from this to this, with that mask being squashed. So let's take another example. Let's go from the squashed to surprise, where we can see that mask expanded. We have the head shape, trying to keep the shape of the head always consistent, regardless of it being squashed or stretched. There's the eye line. I want to compare it to our generic face right here. There's the nose. Placement of the nose. Eye line is right there. Now we're going to stretch those eyes a bit and raise the eyebrow, expanding that mask in either direction, as well as the mouth shape. That will expand also, stretching the cheeks. So all of this, each of these areas will affect the other. So there's a kind of a harmony that happens here. The mouth opening. Maybe some teeth are shown. The tongue inside mouth. Maybe the nostrils are flared just a little bit. Sometimes I like to stretch the pupils, to accentuate that surprise. We have that mask that is being stretched. Eyelashes. So we have an expansion that's happening here with that eye mask and mouth shape. We're going from this to that to this. As I flip that, you can see how it changes. You feel that pull right here along the cheek line. So if your character is doing a take, that's the expression that you would have. It might be even a little bit more pull there on the sides and the nostrils there to accentuate that. Now we can do a combination where we get a expression of this character being slightly skeptical. She's looking at something happening and she's going, wait a minute, what's going on there? So it'd be a combination of a squash on one side and a raised eyebrow on the other. Get the nose in there. We have one eyebrow down. Now the mask is going to be different on one side than the other. She's got an eyebrow raised up on this side, so we have it expanded and it's being compressed inwards on this side. You have the eye right there. Eyelashes being slightly compressed. Eye right there. And the mouth can be slightly torqued. If it's compressed on this side, I usually like to compress it on this side. So it's like She's kind of going, don't know what that's doing. She's questioning. She's got a look of questioning on her face. A little skeptical. So we're squashing the mask on one side and stretching it on the other. And likewise, we're squashing it, the mouth shape on this side, just a little bit. That's being raised, I'm sorry, this is being raised up. We've got cheek that's expanded right there. And then the mouth is dropped on this side. So everything is compressing here. Again, we can do another combination. If we go to a character who is sad, we would raise the eyebrows on the mask upwards like this. Eyes would be right there. We would droop the eyelids down. So we would take that mask and we would invert it in this direction. This part in the center would be pulled up. The sides would be compressed down. So that shows you some ways that you can use the eye mask and the mouth shape to get you different attitudes and different expressions. So I'm glad you were able to join us, and I look forward to seeing you on our next Palmer Wyatt Academy Breakfast Club. Take care. Bye-bye.